Blog Talk Radio.
You don't understand, see, you don't get it.
People don't understand, man.
I'm a free man, and I don't mean just out of jail. I am
They just don't
free at
understand
last.
Corey Jackson, man. More magic ever. How many more, man? My voice, my brother. We gotta get out of stop, man. We gotta get free.
I have
Got to. Gotta put a stop to it. We gotta get free, man. Gotta get free. We can't keep doing this to it. This tale is ill, the autobiographic is real, so I share it from deep in my memory film. 11/40/35 inscribed on his khaki suit. I set a cross from my brother, trapped in a sterile room. Different families around, attempting to heal wounds. Conversation by the hour for dark souls to soothe. But this case is different, it's hella treacherous niggas. Cowards my brother trusted that became his false witness. Picture this, a small town, locale in southern state, and that serves as the framework that outlines the case. The murder took place, victim of another race. She had status and spoke to governors face to face. More fuel for the flames of supremacy and hate that blacks will never escape without God's grace. On the court date, they brought him in shop, but he took the stand. Third black boy being charged for death by one hand. An argument in another state that wouldn't have a chance. But the Commonwealth of Kentucky is a southern land that still got problems with brothers from the motherland. They judge us not by character, but by skin. But in this case, it was one Negro head. They said similar to his in the car when she disappeared. Funny, how many blacks got similar hair? We unlucky. Evidence they use when they argue their trial, but never tested DNA and put it on file. It's all foul and wild. 50 years they gave him. Throughout trial never showed his involvement with the playing. Just hearsay from inmates and the main suspect.
You don't understand. You don't get it. I'm a free man, and I don't mean just out of jail. I am free at last.
Gotta get free, man. Be more substantial evidence, man. Testimonies from local bums in a segregated city is the evidence they use to convince the jury committee. But really, that's only the second level of injustice. The first level was the lie detector test they shuffled. The main suspect failed too. But detectives lied to the judge to get a warrant through. For who? You guessed it, my brother's name in the loop. The table now set for Southern hospitality soup, and they be cooking black boys by ones and groups. Straight out their youth, they stamp them by stretching the truth. But don't get it twisted, I hate anything that's corrupt. But when the government is guilty, tell me who can you trust? Now 14 of the 50 years my brother is done, and never had nothing to do with the death of the gun, but was violently prosecuted by a snake with a tongue. No wonder we burn with hatred like the rage of the sun.
Let me ensure that I am through walking on the wild side. That's all I've been trying to tell you. I have been sick with the social ills.
Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you and yours, wherever you are on this world's wide web. You're listening again to the Men Empowered Radio Show on the Blog Talk Radio Network at blogtalkradio.com. My name is Brother Malachi. I am your host and founder of the Men Empowered Organization. It is a December the 11th, 2013, and tonight we're getting into the intro of Crime Scene Investigation, the deleted books of the Bible. Information at your fingertips right here on the Men Empowered Radio Show. If you'd like to join in on our show conversation while we are here live, you can hit us up at 347-205-9279. If you have a question or a comment at any time, feel free to press 1 on your phone at any time, and we will plug you right in to our show conversation. For those of you all who are joining us via web, listening to us in the chat room, if you have a question or comment, just go ahead and type that up at any time. And when we take a music break, we will relay this to our audience listening to the computer or via phone. Once again, we will be starting this series we're on tonight as well as tomorrow. And starting next week, we'll be here Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Just want to thank everyone for allowing me to share with you the testaments of the 12 patriarchs. Had a great time reading that. Want to let you know that had some difficulties a little bit trying to read that out. My pages, the ink was just about coming off. So if you heard me misspell some words and everything like that, that's what that was all about. Also, I want to pay tribute to my good friend JEWEDuP right there on Blog Talk Radio, on YouTube.com, bringing you the very best of the Men Empowered Organization's broadcasts right there on YouTube. So please subscribe to JEWEDuP right there on YouTube.com. We are going to take a music break, and when we come back, we will look at what we have concluded as well as what we are getting ready to go forth and do right here on CSI Crime Scene Investigation. It's the music of Papa Jones, Lionel Jones, taken from the CD Papa Jones, the theme there. We had him here a few weeks ago, and we've heard all about the man and the man behind the music. You're listening to CSI, the crime scene investigation task is rolling out its tape. It's rolling out its yellow tape now. If you can see that, we are getting ready to investigate the deleted books of the Bible and information deliberately, or was it just an accident that they deleted these books? We just got through with the testament of the 12 tribes, the 12 patriarchs of the Bible, and we read every last one of those left over to their children, their last will and testament. Before we get started on everything else, let me give you the players in the scene that we have here. You have the 12. You also have from the tribe of Dan as well. And we also talked about who their descendants are on another episode that we had a few weeks back. But the ones that are selected now, the 12 tribes of Israel and their descendants in the earth today. Now, we must not forget, because of slavery and because of disobedience, these descendants were scattered throughout the earth. Now, the ones that were scattered from slavery, we just want to remind you that there is a remnant still left that did not come forth through slavery. So when the slave trade stopped, those tribes were still left in Africa, as well as in most of them in West Africa. And those primarily were the tribes of Levi, Benjamin, and Judah. Now, to let you know who these descendants are and where their children are in the earth today, because a lot of them, as well as I, were misled and said that we were Gentiles. Now, according to Genesis chapter 49, Jacob gave a prophecy to where his children, his descendants, his 12 sons will wind up and what will happen to their children. Now, these descendants that we've had is, let's go here. The descendants of Asher, they are the Argentinians, the Brazilians, Central and South Americans. Those are the descendants of the people of color, are the descendants of Asher. The tribe of Benjamin. The tribe of Benjamin are your Jamaicans and the people in the West Indies. The tribe of Gad. The tribe of Gad are your North American Indians in the U.S. and Canada. And some were even descended down into Mexico, the tribe of Gad. The tribe of Issachar. The tribe of Issachar are your Mexicans from the nation of Mexico. Now, we all know that there was a great battle here in this so-called United States of America. So these Mexicans are still here in the U.S. And so their descendants are, their tribal name is called Issachar. Now, let me remind you that all these children, all these sons, rather, because they carried the seed, had different moms, but they all had the same father, Jacob. Now, because of the African American situation, which is my next tribe, the tribe of Judah, these are your Negroes here in the U.S. as well as in Canada. You want to say, how can this be in Canada? Well, you had runaway slaves or just plain slaves run toward, they didn't just stop in the northern part of the United States. They went further into the land of Canada. So that's how those people got to the nation of Canada, because they didn't deal with slavery. All right. Now that is your tribe of Judah. Levi are your Haitians in Haiti today. They share an island along with the Dominican Republic, which houses the tribe of Simeon, and those are your Dominicans. They both share an island. Manasseh and Ephraim, these take up the birthright according to Genesis chapter 49 because of Joseph. Joseph's seed, Manasseh and Ephraim. Manasseh is your Cubans and Ephraim is your Puerto Ricans. The tribe of Naphtali, or Naphtali, however you pronounce it or want to pronounce it. These are your Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders. The tribe of Reuben. Reuben is Jacob's firstborn. Reuben descendants are the Aborigines of Australia and your Seminole Indians in Florida. The tribe of Zebulun. The tribe of Zebulun are your Panamanians in Panama and parts of Central America. Like I said before, you still have a remnant in Africa today. When the slave trade stopped, they mostly settled and still were in West Africa. So you can pick up a little bit of that information in the information in the book called From Babylon to Timbuktu. Now you may say, now wait a minute, Maurice, I thought the Jews or Israel were the people already over there in Israel today. Well, I thought that as well, but you got to look at who fits the prophecy. Look at some of the things that led Christ for the people to see that he was the manifested God right here on earth today. Look at the Old Testament and see the prophecies that will come to pass to identify Christ. Well, when you do that, you identify it's the same way when you identify the people of Jacob because of the prophecy. Look at Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verses 15 through 68. You will see, especially 68, who in the earth served as slaves. Now, we thought, before we got into the truth, we thought that the whites or the white Jews, which we found out later that they're Khazarian Jews, through conversion, they picked up the book and they converted. Hebrew or from Judah is a nationality. You can't convert to that. You are born into it. Or I should say, you can't change from white born black, if you get my understanding. President Manasseh of Egypt made a comment, how can the Jews leave black and come back white? Well, that's something to look at because it leads you to start looking at the truth now, or seeking the truth. Now, as I complete, if you can see it now, I wrap this yellow tape around all these books because there is an investigation to seeking the truth and finding out why did they delete these books and named us Gentiles identity of who we are. I tell you, when you open it up and you start looking in to see how things are, it brings a question to go and seek again. Well, We're going to take another music break again. My producers are letting me know this is my cue. Letting me know that we're going to take another music break. We're getting ready to take a music break. It's 24 after the hour of 10 right here in the U.S. in Central Standard Time. You're listening to Crime Scene Investigation. My name is Brother Malachi of the Men Empowered Organization.
This is Malachi, founder of the Men Empowered Organization. We are bringing you a new weekly commentary right here to the Pine Belt's original urban radio pioneer. Looking forward to sharing with you absolute knowledge and truth. Stay tuned for the day and time exclusively on the original Urban FM.
And don't forget, we are here every Thursday on 92.1 WJMG on your FM dial, the original Urban FM, right here in Hattiesburg and Laurel, Mississippi. Hey, just want to remind you, and don't forget, I am representing WJMG in sales and advertising. So if you need information on advertising your goods as well as your services, give me a contact right here at 601-297-2927. Right here, the original Urban FM on WJMG. And we are back right here on the CSI show, Crime Scene Investigation, the deleted books of the Bible, right here on blogtalkradio.com. If you have a question or a comment, feel free to let us know what is on your mind at 347-205-9279. And for those of you all who are joining us right there in the chat room, feel free at any time to let us know what is on your mind. We're right here at CSI. Got about maybe another 30 minutes to go right here on Blog Talk Radio. Now, as I was saying, I was basically giving you the information on the testament of the 12 patriarchs. The testament of Reuben, we started off first when we started the series. And Reuben had information concerning thoughts. And after we did Reuben, we had the testament of Simeon. See, these brothers, which are it comes from the seed, it comes from the male seed. And these brothers were giving instructions to their children to gather around because they know the Most High was getting ready to take them on. Testament of Simeon concerning to his offspring, envy. The testament of Levi concerning the priesthood and arrogance. And after that, we had a knowledgeable series on the testament of Judah concerning fortitude and love of money and fornication. Now, we did that, I think it took about maybe a couple of days to run that down. We did have some technical difficulties trying to get the information out to you on that because of network difficulties. Next, we did, after Judah, we did the testament of Issachar concerning simplicity. Following Issachar, we ran off and did the testament of Zebulun concerning compassion and mercy. Now, when we did this testament of the instructions by our forefathers, it was basically listening to me. It was listening to Paul. And when I was doing the series, I said, seemed like I heard this before in Galatians when it was talking about the flesh, the spirit, and everything. I believe he said something about, you look at it as a whole book and not divide it up as Old Testament and New Testament. That's just a category that is put on by your Romans there. We also took a look. You got to look at the Bible as a complete book. You can't do one without the other. You got to have the understanding of what we call the old to understand the new. And then you got to know the understanding of the of the new to understand the old. So they both work hand in hand, because the New Testament looks back on what was said in the Old. Christ many times quoting scripture from what we call the Old Testament. All right, we looked at the testament of Dan concerning anger and lying. And we know all about Dan and where they had settled into. We also looked at the testament of Naphtali concerning natural goodness. And the father of Gad, we had the testament of Gad concerning hatred. We all know today that their descendants are the Native American Indians here in North America. The testament of Asher. We finished up Asher last night concerning two faces of vice and virtue. We also had the day before that the testament of Joseph concerning sobriety, which was kind of long because Joseph had to deal with a lot of temptation and flesh and everything like that while he was in captivity in Egypt. And I said something yesterday. It kind of reminds me of the late former President Nelson Mandela, when he served over 27 years in captivity to come out with a kind heart, much wisdom to run a country and to bless his enemies as he did in his life. The testament of Benjamin concerning a pure mind. We also know that that is Joseph's younger brother, who they both had the same mother. And I believe Benjamin was our last that we did. So these make up the 12 patriarchs that we had studied over the past couple of weeks. We are going to get ready, upcoming deleted books that we are going to look in, as well as other subjects. We are going to look at, probably starting tomorrow, I say probably, but we will know about that when we reach tomorrow. But we are probably going to look at the other testaments, like the testament of Abraham and the testament of Solomon. We're probably going to look at those tomorrow, as well as beginning on Monday. And once again, our shows are late night, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we are going to look at the Apocalypse books. See what the Apocalypse books have to say concerning the Apocalypse books of Adam, Moses, Elijah, Paul, and Peter. We're going to look at those books, what knowledge and truth they have to say to us. We're also going to look forthcoming the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch. How well did Enoch please the Most High? And how well did he did? Because Enoch pleased him so much that he was no more here. And so we're going to take a look at the books of Enoch. Now that's going to be kind of long-winded. So you all just be prepared for that when we get started with the book of Enoch. We're going to talk a little bit more about upcoming deleted books right after this particular music break. You're listening to the Men Empowered Radio Show on the Blog Talk Radio Network at blogtalkradio.com. You're listening to Crime Scene Investigation, CSI, the deleted books of the Bible. music of Isaac Valenzuela featuring on keyboard Joel McCrae right here on CSI, the deleted books of the Bible. Kind of take me back right there listening to smooth jazz, Gospel Sunday from our archives. Our archives we used to have right here on Blog Talk Radio, smooth jazz, Gospel Sunday. Who knows? We may just bring that back. May just bring the good music back. If you like to be featured on our music shows or any of our shows and you have great music that you have, or if you are a music artist that is in the word of the Most High God, send a MP3 clip right here at menempoweredtoprosper@yahoo.com, and we will review it as well as to let you know that we will put it on our shows. All right, we're back with just about maybe 15 minutes or a little under right here on the show. We were talking about upcoming books that we are going to be featured right here on our upcoming shows right here on CSI. We talked about Enoch. We talked about the book of Enoch. We also talked about the Apocalypse books featuring Adam, Moses, Elijah, Paul, and Peter. We're going to feature all of those. So if you have those, let's get them out and let's discuss as we read along and find out what revelation we will get out of these books. Also, we are going to get into the Apocrypha books. This was a part of the 1611 edition of the King James Bible. We're going to look at the history of the Apocrypha books. Why did they not include these books and give us a better excuse, a better alibi of saying that these books were not inspired? But we will find out the motive, the true reason why they deleted the 14 books known as the Apocrypha books. We're going to take also a look at the book of Jubilees. That's right, the Jubilees. Also, we're going to look at a unusual book that I have a copy of. It is called The Gospel of Nicodemus. The Gospel of Nicodemus. As you can remember, Nicodemus asked Christ, how can a man go back into his mother's womb and be born all over again? That Nicodemus, we will look at his writings called The Gospel of Nicodemus. All this in the year of 2014. We're going to look at a peculiar subject we want to let you all kind of meditate on, and that is the name, the true name of Christ. We're also going to look at the names of the Most High. We're going to look at what we call a controversial subject. We want to get into the truth of the matter. Why Jehovah and Jesus cannot be the names of the Most High in Christ according to the Hebrew language. We're going to look at an in-depth study among Israel camps. We have a lot of feuds going on. Not a battle feud, but a disagreement feud, so to speak. But we all do know that we will agree that the people that we have identified here in the earth today are the true children of Jacob. Jacob's descendants right here on the earth. So I tell you, we have a lot going on coming up for the rest of this year, or the rest of this month, I should say, as well as the beginning of 2014. I hope you all join me on our annual fast that we do coming up in January. We're going to go on a fast as we go along with seeking out the information of the Most High in absolute knowledge and truth. So I hope you all join with me on this fast that we here at the Men Empowered Organization is going to do. We are going to be seeking the Most High in absolute knowledge and truth because we want his will to be done here on the earth. After reading all the information that I had concerning the 12 patriarchs, I've got a lot of revelation about putting off the flesh and staying out of sin. The more we can do that, and Enoch showed this, the more we can do that, the more knowledge the Most High will give us. So I just want us, if we really truly want to seek the kingdom of the Most High first, and all these other things that the Gentiles are searching for and looking for, guess what? It's going to be added unto us. So I look forward to going on this fast and getting all the flesh off of me and staying out of sin and seeking the kingdom of the Most High. I hope you have that desire too, because we are getting ready to wrap up the end times as we speak. When you recognize Christ, when you have him in your heart, do you know who he is? Well, we are getting ready to physically see Christ come back right here on the earth. Do you know what time it is? Well, it's all good. And I hope you are ready for 2014. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and get ready to sign off for another episode of CSI. But I tell you, it's been all good this week. I've really been had the pleasure of reading the Word and looking into a lot of things. And I just want to pay tribute to a great man, a great leader for the world to look at his life. Now, no one can compare to Christ, but I tell you, this particular man stared death right in his face and had no fear. Now, you all know when we completed the book of Jasher, we found out some things about our forefathers. And our forefathers are the 12 sons of Jacob. And they showed us in the book of Jasher some things that I never would have thought. I never would have thought they could do these type of things. But you want to talk about superheroes? Those are some superheroes. And for Judah to have that much power to usher in also the line of Christ to come through his particular line, his particular bloodline. So I just want to say to the people of South Africa, because this is an international talk show, we have people listening to us throughout the world, mostly here in what we call Babylon, North America, United States, and Canada. But I just want to say to the people of South Africa, I remember grandmothers over the particular day when Madiba was released from prison. Myself, along with my mom and my grandmother, we watched that event and we saw history in the making. And little did I know, on BET as well as MTV and all the music channels back then, I believe in 94, we saw back then, what were they singing about? Free this Nelson Mandela. And then we begin to see the history of who Nelson Mandela was. And to see the things that turned around in the nation of South Africa. It brought joy to my heart to see those people for what is right and for what is true. I can remember back years ago during my time in the church world. I can remember associating myself with Kenneth Hagin Ministries and the Rhema organization. I can even remember a man from South Africa that I looked up to and kind of admired because he was a world-class athlete far as weightlifting and bodybuilding. I can remember him coming to the U.S. and hearing his messages about when he came to Tulsa, Oklahoma to study from South Africa, just to go back and to start a ministry there, Rhema Bible Church in South Africa. Even though I don't follow them these days, but there was a seed planted in my life back then to where I admired this particular ministry in South Africa for bringing their relationships among the people of color and as well as the whites, South Africans. They show a love toward their brethren that I hope people have picked up on it, and to see the people admire such a great man known as Madiba, Nelson Mandela, how he enriched the lives of so many people, not only in South Africa, not only in the continent of Africa, but throughout the entire world. And today I viewed some of the things that a lot of people were saying. I really enjoyed, and I'm one of their followers on Twitter, SABC, the South African Broadcasting Company. I watched that practically 5 hours today, this morning. And just to view the outpouring of love that you all have for who is now known now as the father of your modern nation that you have today. I just want to let you know my prayers are with you all in this particular time, and I pray for stability there in South Africa. But I want to let you know, stay in the word of the Most High. Read Revelation, because it's not about man, it's only about the Most High and what his son, Yeshua, did for us. And yes, I said Yeshua. And we will get into that, the name of Christ, at a later date, but it's coming. It is coming in 2004, and we will get to it. We will have our Strong's Concordance. We will have the Book of Josephus. We will have all the evidence and bringing it forth to you on these radio shows brought to you by CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. So I just want to say to the people, I admire you all. I admire the love that you all have for this man that showed you love. When I saw this man, I thought of my father, how great he was, and how he provided for his family and raised us up, as well as my grandfather, James Heron Sr. And just want to let you know that love you all with the love of Christ, and hope you all continue to share this broadcast with other people around the world. Twitter them, Facebook them, and let them know that we are on the air. So until tomorrow night at 10 p.m., this is Brother Malachi wishing you peace, and we will see you tomorrow right here on Blog Talk Radio. I'm going to leave you with Richard Shepard Jr. on TikTok. Shalom, everyone.
I'm waiting in the shadow. It's you I follow. It could be tonight when it's all aligned. You were mine. I'm waiting for the word go. I'm waiting at the front door. So be prepared when your number's called. I'll be there. You can't stop the cloud. There's no slowing down. When I call for you, you're out of time. You can't stop it now. We're running out of time. When you call, you can't refuse. We're ticking down. Tick-tock. It's been a long time since I prayed. I feel you there. But I'm not scared, no. I'm not peeking out my window, no. I know there's nowhere to go, but I will not run, 'cause I'm waiting for no one. You can't stop the cloud. There's no slowing down. When I call for you, you're out of time. You can't stop it now. We're running out of time. When you call, you can't refuse. Ticking down. It's ticking down. Not scared. Stop the cloud. I know there's no slowing down. When I call for you, you're out of time. No one knows the time. You can't stop. No one knows the minute. We're running out of time. No one knows the second. Ticking down. We're running out of time. We're running out of time. We're running out of time. No one knows.